Okay. There we go. Ah. All right. We got it. All right. Welcome. This is Weird and Woo Woo. I'm weird. We get a little woo woo. We are going to be pulling some cards today. It's a coffee and tarot. It's a coffee and tarot kind of day. What is today? I think today's Monday. Monday. Yeah, Monday. So go ahead and get your cup. Tea, lemon water, coffee, whatever you want. We're going to settle in. Premise is that spirit gets to have a conversation about whatever spirit wants to have a conversation about, and spirit gets to direct it. So that means we don't come in with any prior questions, parameters, time frames, things like that. Hello. Uh, um, Anyways, so let me go ahead and give you my spiel. You are a sovereign being of your life. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. My recommendation is to never Cinderella shit, make it fit. Okay? Okay. All righty. I used to be able to come on early. It was my thing. And then my children's school schedules changed. And so we do have school starting this week. I love early morning readings. They're the best. And I won't get to do it. So we're just gonna go ahead and at least for another year. I do have a senior. We're doing all kinds of college stuff. Woo-hoo. Anyways, so I wanted to come on today because it feels so good. Anyway, we're gonna start with Storm and Tarot. Starman. Oh, my hair getting stuck in my eyeballs, y'all. And once upon a time, like this window used to let through a lot of light, and I don't know what's going on. It seems it's got. I think I'm gonna have to start bringing like my lamp over here. We shall see. I've got that song by Chris Stapleton and Joy Oladokun. I just butchered her last name. Called Sweet Symphony. Started going through. We have the Sun, overall energy. Flanking it, we've got the Emperor and the Knight of Swords. There's been a change. I feel like the crows or the ravens. Okay, Knight of Swords has everything to do with the Emperor. I do feel like somebody's being redirected or instructed. We'll say instructed. It's redirected though. This is a stark contrast. This is a pivot. This is a 180. This is an about face. Somebody's making a change for the better, but a change nonetheless. And can I just say he comes out not unscathed either. Like it was just a matter of time before this happened. It brings me to a lot of visuals. It's just a matter of time. There's a clock on the sticks of, you know what I mean? It's like tick, 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 boom kind of situation. Okay. So normally the crown of thorns would go on the crown, but it's actually on this person's arm. I feel like something was they strong armed them, like they couldn't take action. That's what it's giving me. Mm, he's got a no future carved over his heart into his skin. So maybe he felt like there wasn't a way to do something. And of course, we have the fucking fool coming out. He's definitely listening to some kind of guidance, though. He's hearing something. He's open to it. The holes in the hands, like there was some self-sacrificial bullshit that was happening. Or it's like this change brings that about, like a crucifixion. Like feels like he's gonna be crucified for something or will be crucified for something. No rules is over his solar. So it's like there's this sense of like his will is being done. His will being done. Son of a biscuit. So despite whatever limitations there were or whatever reactions there will be, it was just a matter of time and this person is following some level of spiritual guidance, intuition to make a change. Um like kind of going their own way. This is a brand new start. So this 180 brings about something they did not. This is an unventured arena, is what I want to say. But there's a diamond there for the risk. Ace of Pentacles. So this has been buried for some time, waiting to come to the surface. Coming up. It's like it was always meant to happen. It was something that was always, again, that's the sense of like tick, 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 boom. Like it was just a matter of time. Some kind of, I don't know why I'm getting it, like some stories come to life. There's a story coming to life. It's been germinating. It's coming into reality now. Okay. The Empress, y'all. The Empress. So we start with the Emperor, and at the end of it is the Empress. So it's a story between the Emperor and the Empress that's coming to life. The path is clear. Everything is favored. There's no reason to hold back. Emperor is getting this information, is being guided either intuitively, through downloads, spiritually. It was always just a matter of time. It was just when. Um, with a sword down, it's kind of like there's a truth or something that wasn't acknowledged or spoken about. But it's whatever change is happening. Um, this emperor is willing to take whatever consequences comes their way as a result. Okay. So again, there's this sense of self-sacrificial. I'm doing what's right for me. I've been limited, but I'm taking action anyways. Uh, that's the whole epitome of the fool. See, there's all these bear traps, but one of them has a diamond in it, and it's like it's worth the risk. Is it worth the? It's worth the risk. Going to take the risk is worth the risk. Everything is seems to be favored at this point. Something that always should have. It's always been meant to happen. It's now coming into reality. So this is something very tangible when they're within their life. It's not a concept. It's like a seed that was planted that is allowed to break ground now with this Empress. Okay. Do you know why let's find out why we're talking about this. Everything's clear now. I just feel like saying everything's clear. Whatever perceived or unrecognized obstacles there were before to this coming into fruition, they are now cleared out of the way. This is a favorable time for this to happen. This is the reason why spirit is guiding this individual to finally take action. So maybe there is a sense of like, obstacles aside, you can have a want or a desire, but feel energetically like something within you tells you not yet. Now's the time. Like it's like getting that green light. Whether it's just there's a sudden fire up underneath somebody's ass, or a download, or like you can tell within reality that things are calmer. Like but it is a stark contrast from what was happening and what the emperor was doing before. Okay, Secret Tarot. My nose itches so bad, and I hate when it does that. I see the King of Wands making an appearance. Page of Wands. I'm probably going to sneeze. I sneezed like 20 times. My apologies. Oh, fuck me. I have to wait. I hope that's it. This Page of Wands talks about some kind of a passion. A fire being lit. We did talk about fire being lit under somebody's ass, but this feels something different. This feels like a so they're showing me a furnace, and when the pilot light goes out and you have to like kind of thing. Hello. There's a prioritization going on here. A change of focus. Something else taking precedent. That's part of the change. Something definitely getting put on the back burner, or left behind. They're not juggling anymore. There is a definitive something's more important. You hear that bird? I don't know if I have like where the background noise is supposed to be off, but that bird is going crazy out there. Yeah, something's getting left behind. Their focus may have been somewhere else, or they may have been juggling priorities. Not anymore. So with whatever this changes, something definitely comes to an end. This pivot, this 180, which is fine, right? Knight of Swords is the idea that I'm cutting loose anything that should no longer be a part of this. It is the irrevocable change. Hello. So whatever this is, that's the reason why it's a risk. Like you can't come back from this kind of thing. So whatever he's doing that's leading him to this Empress, and there's the Sun again. That Leo season, something's happening now. Something's happening now. Yeah, something's happening now. So they're making some kind of like permanent change so that they can switch up their focus and prioritize. I cannot let go of that page of wands. So I'm going to clarify it because it's like it's aching like I didn't say something. And it landed on it. 3 of wands. There's this feeling of closing a gap. So there must be some kind of a gap. But they're showing me like sitting in a harbor, and I don't know if y'all have ever done this, like if you've ever been to a port or anything like that. But you can watch the ships come in, and the speed at which they enter the harbor is dramatically slower and more calculated and precise. So it's for safety reasons, and so that um it gets to its destination, correct? But there's also this sense of literally as it's docking, like from the moment that it shows up on the horizon, being able to see, it's like seeing something coming down the pike. It's like seeing it approach, literally being able to watch it unfold right before your eyes. So, like, almost like witnessing and watching something come to life. You know how sometimes something will happen and, and you have a whole fucking dialogue going on in your head, and you're just like, this is actually happening. And you've probably got 3 or 4 different voices happening, and you're in the moment, you're a part of it, but it's also like there's a whole crowd in your head just like, "Oh, and this is oh, is he gonna do da da da, and da like, you just, like there's a whole conversation happening. There's a something in there narrating things. There's also like, "Oh my god, is this really happening? Is this da like, there's a whole simultaneously while something is unfolding. It feels a bit like that. Like, I am watching something begin. I am there's an anticipation that builds. Like you know what's coming next almost. So excitement gets to build. There we go. I struggled. Did you notice? I fucking struggled with that shit. It's the anticipation of it coming, being able to see it unfold, knowing what's about to happen next, knowing it's coming down the pike, literally visibly seeing, holy, for those who sometimes accidentally or on purpose, you know, some people's connection with spirit can happen in varying degrees, right? Um, as well as your connection to your own intuition, right? Shit can be on point or spotty at best, and things like that. And so when you get something and you get to watch it unfold in real time, the level of like, oh, like the excitement, the anticipation, the holy fuck. Holy fuck. Like you're just like, oh my God, this is really happening. This is happening. There is a level of it's like a dramatic effect. It's happening in real time, but it's almost like it's slow motion and you can't fucking believe your eyes as something's unfolding. You're just like, no fucking way. I got that to a T. And it's literally happening. Those synchronicities where you're just like, you are blown away. Kind of like that. 3 of Wands is about the ships coming in. Something that you've waited for. And it's happening. Something you've desired. And so there's this buildup of like, because the Page of Wands is enthusiasm, excitement, passion, desire. It is that fire building. It lights you up somehow. So dare I say, whoever this emperor is, you're gonna see the switch up in how they're behaving, the way that they're acting, what they're prioritizing, where they're putting their focus. You're gonna watch something right before your eyes come into alignment in real time. And that shit's gonna get you excited. There's anticipation here as you're witnessing this. Knight of Pentacles. Remember, I said that ship comes in, and while it's by no means is it slow, it's not a snail. However, it becomes more precise, calculated, meticulous, and it does maneuver in such a way to ensure that things happen as they should. And that doesn't mean that suddenly once you see something on the horizon, because you've been waiting for some time, it doesn't mean that from the point that you see it to when it gets to you that it's suddenly slower. It's just more, like I've been waiting 3 weeks and now it's taking 4 weeks just for the motherfucker to get from the horizon to right here. No. It's really not slow moving. But it is more precise, methodical, intentional. That's what we like about the Knight of Pentacles. It's not some sloppy, haphazard, messy bullshit that the Knight of Wands potentially, not always, potentially could fucking pull. There is a single focus. There is doing something the right way. Right way, according to whoever. It's real. It's sincere. I'm not trying to fuck around with this. I'm not trying to mess this up. I want to get it right. I want to do it right. That's a whole book, and that's not going to happen. That's what it feels like. It's kind of like, I know this sounds really weird. It's like, when you're with somebody and you start to go, oh my God, they're going to propose. And so you have that on your mind as y'all are doing things. And you're just like, oh my God, this is really, and as they're like going through the motions and things are happening, you're like, this is going to happen. This is, oh shit. But like, they want to make it just right. And everything's, again, I don't believe, okay, that the Knight of Pentacles necessarily has to mean slow moving. Knight of Pentacles means integrity, when words, actions, energy, and all that match. When one is standing in their power and they are authentic, transparent, honest, upfront. They have integrity. It's trustworthy, right? And so there is something about whatever delayed them before, they want, like, this approach has to feel integral. Like like my actions match my, how do I put this? My actions match, I'm just going to do this, whatever they deem is the right way, the integral way to do something. To be able to poise themselves so that someone knows their sincerity. Can that sometimes mean that things take longer than one would want, sure, but it does not necessitate. It feels like the most major part of any kind of delay or wait is well over. That's why the sun is here. Everything's clear. Everything's good. High Priestess. It's also an element of certain things finally like getting revealed, so to speak. Um, it hints at this book, the same book the High Priestess holds, finally coming to light. Sorry, let me get this. This book right here. It's kind of like at now that the story's unfolding, any of the elements that were unseen before of like how and like the winds and the certain things that all comes to light. Yeah, everything comes to light. All the details you become privy to. That's the idea of I get to literally witness this shit unfold. Like, I know you're kidding me. Queen of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles. They got that song, and I might be butchering it. You got what I need. And then they go, they say he's just a friend. Like I feel like they're skipping around in the song. There's something about like this being very primed and ready. Queen of Pentacles, capable of doing it all, just hasn't done it, hasn't yet. Nine of Pentacles, very secure within oneself, very sovereign, doing well on their own kind of energy. I don't understand what that has to do with this though. I'm trying to make the connection and I don't see it. What am I not seeing? The World card does talk about bridging the gap. So I think this is how the Emperor is seeing the Empress. Because the Hermit came out upside down, reverse. I don't usually do reversals, but it does feel as though it's kind of like there's something very solitary about the Empress. A lot of, again, the Queen of Pentacles becomes the Empress, right? Like there's kind of this order. The Queen of Pentacles has mastered all the other elements, has a strong mastery within oneself. There is a sense of single on their own. It's like the Queen of Pentacles is open now because the world is giving me open. And I think that's the reason why somebody's not hermited anymore. So the Empress is open now. Is that the reason why this person? Because that doesn't feel necessarily. Mm, There was something confusing before. If you look at the Seven of Cups, she's choosing two cups in this particular one, not just one. And so 7 minus 2 equals 5. There was a 5 of Cups. In the 5 of Cups, you're paying attention, right, to the things that you don't like about a situation or circumstance rather than seeing the positive in a particular situation or circumstance, turning around to see the 2 cups. Again, there may be an element of resistance that at some point from the Empress standpoint wasn't very open. Because the Queen of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles is this sense of independence without shutting people out. It's just existing in her own energy, enjoying her own energy, willing, capable, no longer shut off, open. And so, like, now, like, the bridge can be the gap can be bridged. Fuck me. Almost like, I don't know if he can tell. I don't know if this emperor could tell somebody was kind of like in and out. That's what the Seven of Cups is giving me. Like, there was a bit more of a fickle energy with whether or not somebody was open. But because with the Seven of Cups, traditionally there's one cup that's for you, right? And the idea is that you're going to choose one cup. But so maybe that's what it was. Like, is this person, whoever the Empress is, going to want to stay it alone, or are they going to be open to connection? I don't necessarily know if the emperor knew that. Spirit did, though. And we do have that message where it's kind of like the emperor gets nudged, pushed, and led by spirit. And so what seemed like a really long waiting period may have been because of the empress's fickleness as to whether or not she wanted to go it alone or wanted to open up to a relationship, to love, to, you know what I mean? So somebody was hold up within themselves with the hermit. It's the idea of like shut off, closed off, uh, wafting between yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And now that that's been cleared, the path is cleared for this individual to approach. And so they're being directed themselves to change their focus, where they're prioritizing things, as with the Two of Pentacles. So there's this stark contrast. And maybe this emperor was not going to approach something that still wasn't sure, wasn't certain, because there is a level of risk involved. Um, and again, there's that sense of self-sacrificial. It's like, why would I sacrifice myself for something that doesn't want me in return? Why would I put myself out there like that? And so they were under the impression that there wouldn't be potentiality with this empress, because remember, he has no future written across his heart. And so it was kind of like, why would I take those steps if I felt like there was no potential here? Or again, if you think somebody is like half in, half out, uncertain as to whether, even if they want a relationship, let alone you're not making moves. But something has changed. And so stagnation is different. It is a thing of the past. This person, I feel like the Empress has been waiting and wondering, but the idea is, again, things were underground. As with let's go back to over here. Everything started down here. See, there was something that had to change. Like, are you in or are you out? It kind of reminds me of that one with Kevin Hart and The Rock, and he's like, "Are you in or are you out?" And he's like, "Well, what is it? I don't know." Well, then I'm out. And he's like, "Oh no, you're in." Like, it's one of those things. Like, it's kind of like there was still this "Are you in or are you out?" energy, and there you it's like the Empress is in, like, still well within their power. Still, the Queen of Pentacles, very nurturing, loving, caring, very independent, but not closed off. Very much open to the possibilities. That's the world, the field of possibilities. So, Seven of Cups, you've gone from this fickle, I'm not sure kind of a thing to choosing exactly that. Settling in, I am open. And that leads us back to the idea of the integrity, right? The Knight of Pentacles, like words, energy, actions all match. It's kind of like you would say you wanted love. You would posture yourself like you wanted love, like, oh, I'm put like you would do things that look like you were putting yourself, but your energy didn't fucking match that shit at all. Your energy was shut the fuck down. So that's where things can align in integrity now and happen as they should. And now things can come to light. And so the Empress is about to watch a switch up happen, and an approach that I dare I say they have thought would have come before. Or even if it's like you don't know the Emperor, it's like you thought surely this is for some time it was going to happen, and it just didn't. And again, I want to say your lack of being settled within yourself on this, your wishy-washiness is I don't want to say delayed, is what had to be addressed for this to finally come in. Because the idea is you can't build on something like that. Remember, when you build on a faulty foundation, the tower is an inevitable. It will happen, right? Like that tower will come down. Whatever structure you build on that will crumble. And so let me pull from Hermetic Tarot. Let's go there. But I can't help but feel like they're showing me somebody who's at like an event or somewhere, and somebody walks into the room and you immediately know, oh my God, no, that person's going to come over. I just know it. And they make their way around, and they haven't really they didn't come directly up to you, but you just know and you anticipate. And you can kind of tell because you catch them glancing at you, kind of like the whole buildup is nice. There's a buildup. Even if it only takes them 20 minutes to make their way to you, the anticipation, like oh, it's happening. Two of Cups. Two of Cups. So cute. Sorry. All right. I'm going to put this back because that came out really odd. Okay. The Devil came out with the Two of Cups, which gives me the because Are we or aren't we going to release these chains? Because are you gonna let yourself indulge is the question. Because I feel like the passion, the desire, the fire, the chemistry is gonna be your level of excitement is gonna be off the hook. This is a very fiery, sexually charged, um, palpable desire with the devil card next to the 2 of cups. One that can feel very consuming. And sometimes when that happens, we pump the brakes. You know what I mean? Are you gonna let yourself? Are you gonna get up in your head? 9 of Swords. Yeah, there was something to that buildup. Oh, I'm getting like, how cruel would it be to withhold, like, hold yourself back from this? To deprive yourself is what they're giving me of this. Eight of this is oh this it's um I just think this has you up in your head just a little bit. It can the intensity of this with the devil card. Like there is a high level of sexual tension, chemistry, excitement, palpability about this. There's a very strong physical pull and attraction and desire. Um, there's a buildup, like as something's unfolding, somebody's, you know what I mean? Uh, you really want this. And sometimes that can be scary, to let yourself want something. Because again, we have the 7 of Cups. You weren't for the longest time. You and this may have been because you were trying to pump the brakes and not get too excited or not desire something too much so that you wouldn't be let down. And so to have this level of woof, that's the reason why it can be a little concerning because you feel like it's going to because with the devil card that you're like, this is gonna take me over. Like, what if I get lost in this a little too much? 8 of Wands, this is happening. It's a whirlwind. 8 of Wands, very fast development. So that's what I remember I was saying. It's like you feel like you're watching this happen in slow mo. You've been waiting for so long that there's this whole dialogue as it's unfolding. You're like, oh my God, it's really da 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 da. But that doesn't mean it's actually happening slowly. But it's almost like something had to align just perfectly. And it's all on the horizon now. You're gonna see the switch up. You're gonna see the Empress will see. I they're showing me that room again where it's like you saw somebody come in and you thought, "Oh gosh, oh my god, if they come over here," kind of thing. And then you start watching them clock you and see you and make their way. And it's like you are watching it unfold. And you're like, you're just like, oh my god, it's happening, it's happening. Um, but then I got a glimpse of maybe for some, the emperor clocks the change in the empress, where the empress was fickle before and she's very open now, and he notices that. Um, but from the moment that the pivot happens, because things are very clear, things are very favorable, and it's like, yes, now's time. and spirit kind of like pushes it. The moment it starts, it feels like a whirlwind. It happens very quickly. This is happening very soon. We are already in Leo season. We saw the sun card on the split. This is happening now. And so to the outside world, the switch up may be very fast, meaning that because the Knight of Swords cuts something loose and something changes, um, people are used to seeing both of these individuals one way, and then the switch happens, the pivot. And it's such a stark contrast, okay? Because with the Knight of Swords, it's a 180. Exact opposite of what they were doing. The trajectory change is very noticeable. There's a noticeable switch up. So whatever somebody stops doing, and like it's clocked by a lot of people. King of Wands showing up again. So the switch up for the Emperor, because dare I say they're probably acting like a King of Wands. We've seen the King of Wands twice through the deck, but not out here. The King of Wands is very focused and very singularly, like, I've got, again, nothing else is taking priority. Their priority switches up and people clock that. Dare I say somebody's clocking something with the Empress as well, like the change up, the switch up, like you being so anti whatever, and all of a sudden you're in a very serious relationship and you want to move in with each other, and you're like, the switch up is so fucking noticeable and quick to everybody around. I heard you just met. Queen of Pentacles for a second time. This is the idea of the Queen of Pentacles has the capacity, the capability, and is ready, just hasn't been given the opportunity, right? Um, so she's beyond just being like mentally prepared. She's beyond just being open in her heart center. She's past like being open with her energy and being like solid in her power. Like she's mastered all of that. She has all the right ingredients. She's most capable. It's almost like she can hit the ground running. There is nothing left for the Queen of Pentacles to work through or figure out, or it's like she's primed and ready. She's ready. So there isn't going to be hesitancy on her part to take action towards something that she desires. Two of Wands. Like she's ready to jump on it. She's been ready. It's like it's beyond ready. She's so capable. Some people, it's kind of like they become open to something, but it doesn't mean that like are you sure kind of thing. So when people notice the switch up, it's like it's not that she's not ready. It's just that she was in hermit mode for so fucking long. It's almost as if people missed it when her wall dropped, when she switched up on that. And so they're gonna be like, "Are you sure?" And it's like, bitch, she was in hermit mode for how? Yeah, she's fucking ready. She's good. Three of Wands again. It's this willingness to act on a desire and no longer waft that allows something to come in. I don't know what they're just Three of Wands, and there's the Sun. So again, Leo season. This is coming in to somebody's reality. It's approaching. It's happening in Leo season. Two of Swords. And in this one, it's peace restored. In this particular deck, it's peace restored. It's almost as if it's like no longer in a liminal space. Peace restored, temperance and two of swords. Yeah, this 7 of cups, I don't know, this back and forth, whatever, that doesn't exist with the Empress. She's very much ready for a relationship. Okay, anything do you wanna talk about? 10 of Wands with Judgment. Remember I said there was this, like, are you gonna go this path alone or are you gonna do this with somebody? Because with the 7 of Cups, the idea is a lot of times they choose 1 cup instead of but in this particular one, they're choosing 2. So she's made a choice and decision to not do this path alone. Whatever trajectory she's on, it's like she was saying she was open, she was saying she was wanting something, she was saying, but she wasn't fully ready. She wasn't sold on that. She wasn't set in it. It was this, no, no. Like I feel like there was a bit of a battle internally, and so she's made a decision to no longer have to do this alone, to not go it alone. Okay. I mean, we started out really talking about the emperor. Now the focus has changed to the empress, and there's peace about that because with the 2 of swords, she's made that decision. Again, that's the reason why she is the Queen of Pentacles. She is the 9 of Pentacles, but she's no longer the Hermit. She doesn't have that closed off because the Hermit does it by choice. I just heard her MO at this point is to have fun. We got the 3 of Cups with the 9 of Pentacles. If you don't have this confusion or battle internally going on anymore, then you're going to direct your attention to other things. And it's because it's in that energy where someone finds success. It's as if it's like again, I don't have the internal struggle anymore and therefore something can happen. Take us back to the emperor. Okay. Tower. I feel like whatever change he's the one taking the risk. His change is more dramatic. His switch up is more dramatic. Again, we did have the ticking clock where it was like it's just always a matter of time. Same with the tower. This is one of those things where it's like it's an inevitable, dare I say, fated, destined type of situation. Like, but definitely whatever choice or trajectory he's taking, the switch up he makes, absolutely closes something else down. He had the death card. with the tower. So something's coming to an end so that things can change or turn. So there's a switch up happening, Wheel of Fortune. Again, I feel like they're showing me that wheel that turns in you know, man, do I lose words when I get in here. Uh like those big boats that have the wheel and it the wheels on the backside and it fucking propeller shit if I know. It I'm just showing me a big ass like boat, like a big ass, you know, just chugging on down the road. But the what drives the direction it goes are the wheels. Y'all, up a woman out here. Knight of Swords. So Tower and the Knight of Swords. Their change is they're switching it up. Theirs is, dare I say, even more noticeable, potentially public of whatever kind of switch they're, you know, for somebody who's in the hermit mode, it's like people are just gonna be like, like I feel like when the Empress gets into this relationship or this connection, people are like, girl, when? No, like that. There's that, but you witness the tower coming down. So whatever change they're doing draws much more attention. Think of those buildings that have to come down, and they put the sticks of dynamite in there so that it's like a controlled. Again, Knight of Pentacles. Something about this has to be very precise, done just the right way. It's a very controlled bringing down of the building, and people gather to witness. Like people see it. It's a very public thing, and you can see the building implode. So something about whatever happens with them is very like much more noticeable. I think people are just surprised with the Empress, but people are potentially spectating, commenting, um, intentionally watching. You know, like it's like a some kind of a I don't want to say drama, but you know, like a TV show. Like, oh, what's happening next? You know how people get really like into any public figure at all to whatever degree, even if you're just some fuck on on the internet, like, ooh, when drama starts to it's like reality TV. It feels like that. So whatever this person, it's a bit more dramatic, we're just gonna say. And whatever ending happens is more, I don't know, public or witnessed. Like even if you didn't go to watch the building come down, when it detonates and the smoke goes up from it, people from all around the city will still see it at some point and be like, "Ooh, what happened?" kind of thing. Like there'll be, and we've got the Empress, the World, and Death. This whatever this ending is the only is the reason this Empress gets it opens up the possibilities. It has to happen because that's the only way that it makes this possible. But again, an ending brings about a new beginning. It's the only way to make something possible with this Empress. So they're having to pivot away from and leave something that would have been to them considered an obstacle that they were giving priority to. And that would have stopped them from coming to the Empress. So it has to happen. It's an inevitable. Yeah, yep, they're walking away from something. Could be another person, could be a job, could be a fucking location. Like that shit's not gonna happen if this as long as that person is living there, right? Like, let's say they're I don't know your specific situation, but they are having to leave something behind. They are. That might be the beginning of you witnessing something. It may be something where, again, the person's in the room and they're caught up in a conversation, and you keep thinking, "Oh my god, they're gonna come over here." And as soon as they pull themselves away from, you just know, right? Like, but think on a grander scale. Like, this is one of those situations where it's like you may become privy to something that happens in somebody's life, and you instinctually know, oh, it's happening. There's this weird feeling of being able to be aware and witness something, all the while not having some kind of existing connection or knowing exactly who this person is. It's a weird two sides to the same coin. I keep coming back to there's two strangers in a room. Say you're at the bar. You all happen to make eye contact. This is a metaphor, okay? So there's this awareness, and then there's this a witnessing, and then there's this, oh, this motherfucker's making their way over. Oh, okay. Like it's one of those things where it's like you feel the buildup. You know, even though they are doing their little whatever, working the room, that they're going to end up right where you're at. Don't worry though. Whatever this walking away is the Four of Swords. It's like a rest from strife. It actually brings peace. So, anything else you want to share? Because that's quite a story. Seven of Pentacles, something that took a really long time, finally gets to see the light of day. Whatever this person's walking away from, because the Eight of Cups in this deck is called abandoned success. And then in the Seven of Pentacles is success unfulfilled. Whatever they're walking away from, they may have held on to longer than was necessary, or gave priority to or attention to longer than was should have. I feel like this is something that was like ends up not being fulfilling, them recognizing that it's not fulfilling. Um really wanting to be really thinking that that was where their attention needed to be, and that they wanted to have success with that. Um but something about it no longer, they don't prioritize it. It's not as important. And maybe there's been a shift in their life, and within how they view what they want for the rest of their life, where they're like, I thought this was going to be important, and that it would kill me if this didn't succeed. And like I wanted to put every effort into it, but I don't want it anymore. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It's almost as if it's kind of like, let's say this is a long-term job type of situation. That career field does not allow them to have what they really truly want. It doesn't fulfill them, and they poured a lot of time and energy into it, but it's not what they want. They thought success at any cost was what they want, and it's not. It is not. So again, if it's something that they've poured a lot of energy, time, and investment into, it will be a big shock to people when they walk away. Four of Cups, blended pleasure. It's the, do I choose what I have right now, or do I take the proverbial cup that comes in? Were there a time when this was enough for me or this is what I wanted? Absolutely. Is it anymore? No, because I'm sitting looking at it, wishing I could escape it, but not really like being so apathetic with the, like generally they're sitting under the tree and they're looking at it. They don't even want to engage with whatever is present in their life right now. They're looking for something different. They're waiting. They're waiting for spirit to say, okay, they're at that place where they're ready. So it's almost as if because there's this feeling they're not really engaging with their life the way they used to. Like they really put their all into it, and now they're just kind of like, yeah, yeah, like a riverboat. Sorry, I just Anna. It's a steam paddle boat. Yeah, like the paddles. But sometimes like there's multiple. Sorry, I just saw your fucking comments. Sometimes there's multiple, um, like a couple of different wheels, and then sometimes there's one great big one, but it pivots like this, like the wheel itself. They can do like, but yeah, it's that. It's the riverboat. Like I was like, yeah, okay. So, and honestly, they didn't realize or think at one point that they would abandon whatever that they poured themselves into. But it's not abandoning. It's not for them anymore. They are not fulfilled by it, and they're coming to that truth. And there's got to be a clean break. Now, again, it's a controlled one, right? Because like when they show me like detonating the building where they precisely place all it's like there's a precise time to bring the building down structurally and everything else like that. So whatever tower this is, that again, that's the Knight of Pentacles. They're being very strategic, meticulous, all those words that we said earlier today, earlier in the read. And they get a green light from spirit and they know it's time. And there's this precision and dare I say controlled nature and environment to this tower coming down that opens up the possibilities and allows them to make this pivot. Allows them to make a clean break because that's what the Knight of Swords that came out twice is. So they can move towards something. It's a clean break. And the Empress is going to witness this clean break. And something about that, it's like a light bulb goes off. As if she already knows what's about to happen. I don't know how she gets to witness this, and when I say it happens fast, even when you're the anticipation of that person moving through the room and they're coming towards you, it can feel like forever, yet also an instant. Because the time it took them to get to you was less than 20 minutes. From when you clocked it to when they approached you and started talking to you. Because it's almost as if they schmoozed the room a little bit. Because if they came directly to you, there were people that wanted to interact with them, and you two would have been interrupted. And so they made sure to satiate everybody else before they got to you, so that they could give you undivided attention. Again, a metaphor. So, but the buildup for you, the entire time. So the Empress is watching her ship come in, knowing it's coming in, and the energy and the desire and the excitement for it becomes very palpable. It grows immensely till the moment this these two connect. So, they are really talking. I feel like this is like something that's going to transpire again. It's within Leo season. We had too many sun cards come out. Um, yeah, it happened. It happens really quickly, guys. And before you know it, it's like I don't know. There's just there is a with the devil. There is a slightly consuming energy, attraction, desire, passion that takes one, if not both, by surprise because again, the only people that it fucking matters to, it seems, at how quickly something develops is the outside world. And that's the only thing that I feel like is the hiccup in this that might plant some kind of like, you know what I mean, like anxiety about this. But yeah, they have brought us up to what's about to transpire, I feel like, in Leo season and how quickly this develops and how quickly it seems like two people align. But beyond that, they haven't said a thing. And I think that it's to be present so that you're actually experiencing this. So you're not trying to rush and get to a different point. Like, okay, they said this is gonna happen. Let's just get to that point and we'll but no. This whole process is meant to be felt and experienced. That's the true energy behind the wand suit. So, oh, hello. Oh, okay. Well, that is the message for today. I think I got the title for it. I hope the message finds whoever it's meant for. I hope everybody has a fantastic and wonderful day, and I will see you guys at the next read. Bye.